That's better. There you go. Let's start this again. Hello, and welcome to the United Devil channel with me, JB. A technical issue at the start there, so hopefully this should all be all good now. So, welcome to the channel. Match day. We've been off for 2 weeks, pretty much. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me now. How's that? Is that better? I think so. Awesome. So welcome to the United Devil channel with me, JB. As I've said, match day. We've not played for 2 weeks. Football is back, 8 o'clock kickoff, and I can't wait for the game. So look, let me know how you're doing in the chat. First things first to say is, look, this is the best community on this platform. How in the hell is Lucha dropped? Is Carrick getting too comfortable? I will come on to that as well, because I'll give some STJ legend is in the house. So look, get into this amazing community, get into this amazing platform. This really is built by the community. You guys are absolutely fantastic. If you're going to get into the chat, be respectful to the community, be respectful to the moderators, to me, and to yourselves, because I do think sometimes people they're not true to themselves. They get on here and they're just not their normal selves. Otherwise, the ban hammer comes out. We will ban you. We don't want to do it, but it does happen. Also, I'm not a dictator of this chat. I really do read out your chats. This is why this show takes so long. So, Ifran, mate, look, we're going to go into the starting lineup. Arlo is in there as well. Look, I'm going to give you the starting lineup. Larman's in goal. Dallo, Yoro, Maguire, Shaw, Casemiro, Mainu, Ahmad, Fernandez, Cunha, and Burmo up front. Look, that is the team that he's gone for today. Legged it back, but not seen the team. Look, it is. I don't really know what to say. Look. This is the team that he's picked, right? There are so many people who are wanting him to be in. People are wanting to give Carrick the job. Is this Carrick's first glimpse of being a naive coach? Now, I don't want to say too much just yet, because look, when we talk about a lineup and we talk about these teams, right? It normally swings the other way. The only thing I am going to say tonight is, look, this to me isn't a low block beating team. It really isn't. Unless the tactic tonight is to come out and try to go for them. But we all know that Everton are a low block team. So I don't know what this is tonight. Now look, I will say this, to be fair to the Butcher. Now look, I get it. Sabordier fan is in the house. Sabordier is a Goldbridge disciple. Look, mate, all I'm going to say to you is this: I don't mind banter, but there's a fine line between personal attack and banter. I don't mind the banter, but look, if it's going to be a personal attack, then all I'm going to suggest to you is that you leave. And we all know your favourite person is already on another stream, so why don't you piss off over there. Danny is in the house, and Danny, I hope you are doing extremely well. So look, mate, if you don't like the beard, mate, I really couldn't give a shit. So look, your best mate is obviously streaming. Why don't you go over there with your best mate and stream over there, buddy, because, look, I don't mind banter, personal attack. You can have some of that. So let me know about what you think about the starting team. Is it a team that you would start? Initial opinion on this for me. Goldbridge says it's a good team, so you know nothing. Look, as I said before, exactly. As I said before, go and go forth and prosper. Well done to Danny. Danny is on it tonight. Absolute legend. Everton says, since Everton plays a low block, who else but Lucha with his penetrating passes can afford to be dropped? The only thing I'm going to say about Lucha is this. Look, he was out for a very, very, very long time. Now, I know we've had a 2-week break. Maybe Lucha just needs time. Maybe this is a break. Danny, cheers, buddy. Thank you for being an amazing mod, buddy. Scott is in the house as well. We've already had to delete some prats already. So I don't want to say too much on this team, and I know he doesn't have a lot of players to pick from, so I absolutely understand why he has gone the way that he has, but I think he's missing a trick. I think he should play Sesko, unless Carrick, which I think he might do, is I think he might struggle in this game, and his tactic is going to be in the last half an hour bring on a Sesko to hopefully draw or win the game. So, look, this is what I think we have to realise as a fan base and as a community. Tom is in the house. Hello, Tom. I hope you're doing extremely well, my friend. Nice to have you in here, buddy. Indoy is the best footballer on the pitch today, says Lionel. I disagree with that. Carrick could be going with the well-rested and relied on strategy. It isn't a selection. It isn't. I think tonight this is a I think this is a counter attack again. I think one of the things I think tonight. I think there's going to be a disconnect between the midfield. I think the back four, Casemiro, I think are going to play not necessarily deep, but I think they're going to play deeper. And I think there's going to be a disconnect between trying to get the ball forward and trying to get these balls wide. And I think today, hopefully Carrick has got something in mind. Look, I am not opposed to this team tonight on the basis of what can he do. If you look at that bench tonight, you've got Fletcher, Heaven, Malacia, Mazraoui. So Martinez apparently has got a calf strain. So Martinez is not in the squad because he's got a calf strain. So I think he's not been dropped. So to give Carrick his dues tonight, I think Martinez is on. He's not even on the bench tonight. Is because he's out, and I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. The fact that he's played all of these games, the fact that he's now out, I'm not surprised. So what can he do? But is this the start of the business end of the season, whereby we're going to start to pick up an injury, and is this where we're going to see the squad fall down? So I'm not impressed that Sesko hasn't started today, but let's see. Look, I think Carrick, to be fair to him, he can only play what's there. Now, look, as you know, right now, I'm not necessarily a Carrick. Now, my question is going to be tonight. Now, look, if for example, and I'm not going to say the words, but if, worst case scenario happened tonight, are we then going to see people, let's just imagine this, right? People after the last game was saying give Carrick the job. Now, if the result didn't go our way tonight, are the same people going to say that? Because imagine if we'd have given him the contract and now he goes on a run. So look, I'm not trying to put the mockers on this tonight, but let's see. Playing devil's advocate, this team as it stands has delivered results, even the odd moments. And it's true. No, look, I don't trust this team still. I don't. But I think you're right. Look, he has to go with this team. Why change a winning team? And I know it frustrates people. I know people want to see a Sesko start, but why change a winning team? And I think, whilst Carrick, and whether people like this or not, in my view, I think Carrick is still learning on the job. I think he knows the Premier League, but I think even Carrick knows he doesn't have the squad to possibly do what he wants to do. So for me, I think it's really hard to judge Carrick, and I'm not going to bring Amarin too much into this, but I think it's really difficult to judge him properly because he doesn't have his squad. Now, Amarin, for all his faults, you could say that he didn't necessarily have his full squad either, but the results were, But I think that you can argue here that I think it would be very, very difficult for Carrick to do what he wants to do unless he has his players. To be fair, JB, a draw at West Ham on fresh legs would be a dire result. For those channels would be calling for his head. Look, the West Ham result to me, right? I know people are going to say, we should have won. Why? I actually think that the point at West Ham was a really good point. I think people seem to be forgetting that for the first half of the season that we weren't great. West Ham, we drew at home to West Ham, and in fact, I think if that team had have played with that morale, had have played against the West Ham team away, Sky is in the house. I think that United team would have lost that, but I think that the fact that we've got a draw in that game, and I think people are just, I don't know, I just feel like people have a really short memory on the basis that you would believe that we've literally won every single game this season, and we haven't. So I still say. Sky, the only difference is that the Butcher is injured. The Butcher is out with a calf strain, and Euro has come in. So there is no Sesko starting. So Ifan said, let us not forget the PGMOL came out to apologise for the wrong call when Casemiro's disallowed goal. Look. The PGMOL last night, was it last night or whenever it was? What an embarrassment in that Spurs game, whereby the official couldn't communicate with the linesman, so they had to stop the game. They couldn't officiate without having an earpiece between the two, so the referee had to stop the game, not because because their earpiece hadn't worked. Instead of continuing the game, because back in the early noughties, the 90s, 95%, 96% of the footballing history, a referee, a linesman could communicate without fucking earpiece. That's what the flag is for. So, it was embarrassing. Last night was embarrassing, and I do hope that they apologise, because what I saw Spurs Arsenal match was disgusting. So I've got no faith. I've got no faith in referees. So let's see tonight. If if these prats are going to stop a game because, I don't know, one of their studs on their boots has snapped or something. It's ridiculous. So look, you've now got to factor in referees. You've now got to factor in more than ever. You've now got to factor in that we are at the behest of what the PGMOL want to do. So it is fucking embarrassing. So let's hope they don't spoil the game tonight. Let's have a little look. Hindsight is a wonderful thing that screwed us over. Henri the 8. Don't know what you mean by that, mate. Let's get into this tonight. So, 5 minutes from kickoff tonight. So look, I'll go back through the team. So we've got Larmans in goal, Dallo, Yoro, Maguire, Shaw, Casemiro, Mainu, Ahmad, Fernandez, Cunha, and Bumo. My worry tonight, straight away with this, is that there is a worry about the width. I think we need width to break them down. So, yeah. So, Asim Maguire is playing for Everton tonight. He got sent off in the reverse fixture. Let's see. I wonder if West Ham. I wonder if the Toffees are going to play that super low block. I don't know. I worry about the pace of Barry as well. Miss Bunny says the final decision is no longer down to the referee. Yet I agree we have to factor in VAR like never before. Is VAR too influential and making refs lazy? 100%. 100%. If you watch the Aston Villa and the Newcastle game, the referee in that was awful. I think VAR, has absolutely destroyed the game. I think referees are fucking lazy. I actually think they've become worse. It's almost a bit like, I'm just going to change the light for a second. It's almost a bit like, right? It's almost like, how did the world function before phones? And for me, it's almost now like the referees can't ref without assistance. So they can't even do the basic things anymore. So I think it's made it exponentially worse. I do. I think it's made it so much worse. Is it true that Bergvall is going for 60 million? That's a bargain. Ray, I think he's on their list. I think he's on their list of players to go, and I think he's a young guy. 60 million, young guy. Spurs. I still don't think that Spurs will go down. And I'm not going to revel in that for Spurs fans. I just don't think it's nice. I remember last season for us. So, look, if Spurs do go down, then it's going to be people that their players are just going to get. They're just going to go, aren't they? So. You got old Van der Sar as well. I love old Van der Sar. Van der Sar sounds like the guy from Austin Powers, the Dutch guy. Yosh, smoking a pancake. The Prem wouldn't be the same without Spurs to take the piss out of. We deserve to go down. Look, whether Spurs, I think whether Spurs deserve to go down or not, it's always the fans that suffer, and I am not the biggest fan of it. I'm not, I just can't get on board with all this, when people are happy with, look, it's just sometimes for me it's not the team, it's the fans that suffer. And look, if Spurs happen to go down, which I don't think that they will, I think they've got too many good players. It's just not good for the fans, So Larman's in goal. Senny Larmans, Dallo, Yoro, Maguire, Luke Shaw. Casemiro, Mainu, Bruno Fernandes, Ahmad, Cunha and Mbumo. Let's see. The funny thing about it, if we get relegated, is that I doubt any of the players have a relegation clause, and that apologies for the atrocious. Don't need to apologise for that, mate. I don't think the price is based on if they go down or not. Apologies for the atrocious, mate. You never need to apologise for the spelling, my friend. As a Spurs fan, I want to go down. This ownership is shit, and hopefully it will make them sell. I get that, but it's just. I just don't like to see it, and I think if Spurs go down, it will be unprecedented. I would have always classed Spurs as at least a top 6, top 8 team, and if Spurs went down, I think that would be massive. Come on, Euro. Go on, Euro. Rooney's in. Rooney is in the house. Wayne Rooney. Here we go. Lovely. Everton have obviously been told their jobs, what to do tonight. Clearly. Rob James is in the house. Red Devil. Nath is in the house as well. Hello, my friends. What are you saying? Fingers crossed we play it out of our skins. I bloody hope so. Rob James says, good evening. Not seen you on for a while. Hope you're good. Biggest team to ever go down from the Prem. Well, from the Premier League, I think West Ham. I do. I think that West Ham. Yeah, Rob. I've been half term this week and work and that sort of stuff, buddy. So, but I am back. Newcastle. I think that's a good shout. Good shout, actually. Yeah. Good shout. I think Leeds. Aston Villa for me. I think that Leeds team actually, because the reason why I say that is because Leeds got into the semi-final of the Champions League, and it was that Leeds that went down. So I think Leeds. I think Leeds is a good shout as well. Right, so let's see. Have Everton ever been down? No. Everton and Arsenal are the only two teams I think have never been down. I think everybody else has. So, yeah, they've never gone down. Everton and Arsenal. Somebody can correct me on that one. Done that mad. Dallo, let's see what he can do today. Come on, Dallo. Come on. We need a big game. We need a big game from you, lads. Come on. First remains are promising exactly that. Exactly. Jamie Vargas, legend, says, hello, JB. Hello, buddy. 2-1. I said 2-1 as well. So I think you're, I agree with you. I think they will score. I think we always letting go. That's great by Fernandez. That's nice. Cunha. Go on, Cunha. Go on, Bruno. It's this low block again. And Bruno. Go on! Oh! Oof. Oh! Oh. Miss Bunny says, you know the United Strand guy is bollocks. Miss Bunny, do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. He's going to give a percentage. Look, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by him. Don't be fooled by him. He is given an amount of money away to a charity, but that's PR. He's going to make a load of money. The money that he will gain from that, and the money he'll give away will be a fraction. So yes, he is going to give away some money, but the money he's going to earn from it is going to be vastly more. So don't be fooled. Do not be fooled by him. Should be 1-0 up there. That's a good save by Pickford, actually. That's a good save. That's a good save. Barry's down. Bright start. Bright start. But look, look, apparently, look, he is going to give some money away. And, look, that all I'm going to say about that is good. But I think people who use that as a basis is, don't get me wrong, he is going to give some money away, but don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. He is going to make a mint out of it. I give it a year. That's Ahmad. Go on, Ahmad. Ahmad looks up for this today. The only thing is, I wonder what he's going to do next. I wonder if he's going to grow his fingernails. Go on, Yoro. It's nice by Yoro. This is a really, really bright start, by the way. Go on, Ahmad. That's a great ball by Ahmad. Ugh. Unlucky. And that's again. Should you have scored there? Oof. Tell you what, that should be a goal. Is that Tarkovsky? Tell you what, Tarkovsky there has done really, really well. Everton a bit fortunate. Why does Pickford always celebrate it like he's cum in his pants? I just don't get it. They're just not going to win the midfield battle. Get it down. Go on, Cunha. That's a good tackle. Nice. Well done, Maguire. Good tackle. Oh, Casemiro. Good tackle. Good tackle, Ahmad. Casemiro playing as if he's on the beach. This is why we need Sesko. This is exactly why we need Sesko. Casemiro. a great ball, unlucky. That's nice by United. Tackle. Come on, United. So as we spoke about on this show as well. So apparently the latest news is that Onana. Go on, Dallo. Is that Onana has been linked? So Onana from Aston Villa has been linked to us. Now I did a video on here talking about defensive midfielders, centre midfielders. I think it's very, very obvious for me. Good tackle. Go on in, Bruno. That's nice. Tell you what, Ahmad's been a pest. We're lacking that extra chaos and height. I agree with you. I would. Who would you sacrifice? I would sacrifice Cunha. I would. I would sacrifice Cunha. I put in Bumo left or right, Ahmad left or right, and Sesko up front, and then bring on Cunha. That's who I would sacrifice tonight. Dino's in the house. Noel says Everton is the best. And look, Noel, mate, if Everton are your team, then I should hope you think that they are the best, buddy. Welcome as well. Look, we don't mind rival fans onto the channel as well. Look, I respect the Toffees. I always have. So, mate, you're going to hear no argument from me, buddy. If that's your team, then 100%. You should be backing your team and always think that your team is the best, mate. So, no argument for me. Of course, I don't agree with that statement, but nice, Dallo. He's having a good performance tonight. He's doing all right. We are missing something though. Oof. Oh, it's not great. Oof. Tell you what, playing at the back there, what are they doing? I have the game on at home, not paying much attention. It's just Everton riding their luck a little at times. Yeah, I think they have to. I think they're quite comfortable. I do think we do look like we've got a goal in us. But I just think the more that we don't score, the more that they'll come into it. Majudem says, how's it going? It's going extremely well, buddy, and I hope you're doing extremely well. So if you have just joined, Larman's in goal, Dallo, Luke Shaw, Maguire, Yoro, Casemiro, Mainu, Ahmad, Bruno, Cunha, and Bumo. We should have scored. I think it was a chance. And I think other than that, I think it's a similar game. I think it's turned into a similar game. This game on our side, I think it's calling up for. I think Oh, Sky says, really sad tonight. My dog passed away out the blue. Like, Sky, condolences. Last year we lost our dog, and I've never cried so much in my life. Sky, I completely get it. It was. I never expected to feel that way about a dog, as I did about a human being. It was horrific, absolutely horrific. Probably for about a good day, I couldn't talk without bursting into tears. It was horrific, awful. So you've got my condolences. It's Sky. It is us. It is absolutely horrific. Exactly. We need a goal soon. I think this game is missing an old-fashioned scorer like a Hughes or like a Rooney type. We need a proper striker. Stoke City fan hated United, but now City are taking the piss. Look, we love rival fans on here. Stoke City, the master of the long throw. We've had him for 10 years. Oh, Sky, honestly, I feel for you completely. I really do. Our dog was 11. Oh, honestly, awful. Come on. You're not going to counter a low block team. You're just not going to do it. I as much as he was so off today, following me everywhere. And after the kids got home, we all went and laid on my. Oh God, Sky. Oh, it's just makes my blood run cold. It's awful. Oh, just it is horrible. Yeah, it's just it is not good. Exactly, the long throw by Rory Delap, I think it was, wasn't it? Invented by Rory Delap. Tell you what, United. Hope United can get into Europe just to piss off City and all the old money fans. Thanks, mate. We're starting to stall and run out of ideas. It was Rory, yeah. You're not going to play through them. You can't play through a low block. You can't do it. We've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, so there are no excuses. Look, we spoke about how Everton were going to play last night, right? And this is why we always do the review on the channel. This is why we always talk about how the team will play, because we know United need to shoot for third space. Jamie, I couldn't agree more, buddy. Guy says, my house is so quiet and eerie now. The kids are staying with my sister for the night, and the vets are coming. Oh, Sky's horrible, Sky. It really is. Oh God. Oh, Sky's just awful. Yeah, Sky. I hope they win for you tonight, Sky. Started bright, but we don't know how to. And Dino, and I'm going to try to be positive until the final whistle. I still think that we can score here, but you're not going to play through a low block. This is how Everton are always going to play. Why is our only forward player on the wide? There is nobody in the centre. We are missing a striker. There is no focal point. So right now, Ahmad is in the middle. Why is Ahmad in there? You're not. They've got every man behind the ball. You're not going to break down this low block. Only way to beat a low block is down the sides. Exactly, Scott. I don't know what Carrick does. I just don't know. Carrick had to know how Moyes would set up out stall. How the hell did he not go for attacking down the wide channels? I'll say this, and I'll say this again. Carrick doesn't have the tactics. He doesn't. Go on, Shaw. Oh. People over. Yeah, Sky. I hope it's Sky. I hope Sky that. Yeah. See you in a bit, Sky. Oh, there's no one there. Martin is in the house. Yeah, look, Sky. We hope, Sky, that yeah. It's not great. It is not great. I just think, Martin Dennison, I just think we don't know. It puzzles me. It puzzles me. We're going to have one game a week. We've not had a game for 2 weeks. It just looks to me like we don't know what we're doing. Like, how can Carrick? So, Carrick has won the manager of the month. People are raging. People are raving about Steve Holland, Woodgate as well. So this is what these guys can do in 2 weeks. So this team is pretty much playing the same way as they did when we lost. So how is this an improvement? Like how is this better? I've been saying this. Lots of headless chickens after promising starting a 10-day break. Look, this is what happens, and I'm going to keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. They are playing like Bruno Fernandes does. This is a Bruno Fernandes led team, Bruno Fernandes captain team. Why aren't we playing a low block and playing wide? Why aren't we going old school on this? Why we should be playing a version of a 4-4-2 and be playing wide with width. We don't need to play 2 up top, but we need width. We need width, and I don't understand. We've had 10 days to sort this out, and people want to give Carrick the job, which is fine. But how is this different from the 1-0 loss? Oh. And this is the same United team up and down again. Everton, the high press, surely they can't continue. Euro's been crap. John McQueen. Euro's been okay. I mean, I just don't think, John, that any of them have been particularly good, to be fair. And they're all nice and bright, and they all get the ball to feet, and they love to hold on to possession. We know that with the quality in this team, we know that they can hold the ball. We know that they can do the little touches. They know that they can do the little flicks. Sometimes I don't want to see a little flick around a corner. Get the ball to your man and cross it into the box. What I don't get all this. Football's really, really simple to me. When you're playing a team like this, you get it wide and get it into the box. Sometimes change it up a little bit. That's fine. Hiroshima says, Galatasaray coming in Juventus in Italy. Yes, they can. Glory to Man United. Yes. This is going to take this game for me is a prime Fernandez winner. This is a Fernandez. It's got Fernandez winner all over this. This actually reminds me, this game, of if you look back to the first couple of games that we played of the season, Fulham game, sell Ugarte to Galatasaray, mate. If you want to pay the money, mate, then you can have him, buddy. I will happily sell you Ugarte. In fact, I would drive Ugarte to Turkey myself. Now I'd have a nice little 2 or 3 days there, but I would happily bring him. Euro looks like a player that hasn't played. Can't see it. 13 days since our last game. Alfie Westlake says, hi, hello buddy. This for me, this game right now typifies basically how we started the season off. Marco Santos, legend, my friend. I hope you're doing extremely well, buddy. Brazil, absolute legendary country. Do you think we should start Sesko? Yes, I do. I do. But if you had Sesko in this game and you not crossing, I mean, you can do all of the triangles in the entire world. You're not going to break this low block down. I mean, Dallo, what the fuck was that? Exactly, John. Euro looks a yard off the pace and not looks. Agreed, Dino. Agree. I think he's a young guy, and I think his confidence has been rocked. I do. I think his confidence has been rocked. Ogerman's shoes. we're basically trying to play a counter attack against a low block again. Like, this is corner for Ahmad. I think it should be 2-0 by now. I mean, I don't know where the second goal's coming from, mate. But I do agree with you. I think we've got the forward players to win this game. But they just don't know how to break this down. I mean, why are you trying to pass through a low block? I don't get it. The definition of insanity is doing the same fucking thing over and over again. Everton will score. They will score. They will score. Now we've got everybody behind the ball. Do you think a spell out of the team could help him? I think Yoro needs to be in the team. I do. I think he'll only get better. I think he'll only get better if he plays. I just think his confidence is shot. We can sell Icardi. No thanks. No thanks. No thank you. I do not want Icardi anywhere near this team. No, I do not want Icardi anywhere near this team. I would rather a Bacardi than an Icardi. Not for me, thanks. Not for me. Lucky says that it's odd. Sterling debut for Feyenoord, hadn't played since the back end of last season. 10 days and players lethargic. I do agree. Need to draw them out. I'd be half tempted to give the ball, drop deep and hit them on the break. But Dino, I agree, mate. But they're never going to do it because they're a low block team. Shocking. Go on, Dallo, smack one. Can I get a shout out? Benga, that was it. Big Gaffer Gutteridge. Can I get a shout out, mate? I'm a United fan. Benga, I'm just going to call you Ben. I'm Ben. Ben, you can get a shout out, buddy. Benga. Legend Ben, we need a Palmer to make our midfield stronger. There is no excuse here. There is no excuse here. I've always said this, that Carrick, his tactics, Ben is in the house. Carrick's, the tactics that he's got are play these players in their positions and let the players do what they want to do. This is just let these. They just look so. I don't know. It's weird. No, we've got Ahmad. No, I don't understand why they keep playing They keep trying to put the ball through. Just fucking stop it. Just fucking stop it. I mean, what? We will crush Tottenham or Liverpool in the last 16. Don't worry. Forever Red Devils, my second team. Mate, I hope so, buddy. Tactically, we're limited. Carrick doesn't have Tactics. I keep saying this. I keep saying that he doesn't have any. STJ, Everton are a good side. Moyes has them organised, disciplined, something we aren't right now. Agree with you. The only way we're going to win this match, by the way, is with a piece of magic. I mean, like they're just second best to the ball. They're second best to the ball. Second best. Second best to the ball. And it is, Dino, it is Ollie ball. You know, Ollie ball. And now, as we spoke about performance, we spoke about where Scott, I don't know, Benja, I think he's here. Scott's just, Scott's everywhere. What we spoke about on this channel, one of the things that I think is really important is about performance. And if you look at the last and including this game, the performances are getting progressively worse, like they did the last time. They're getting progressively worse again. I mean, sticking a tackle. You know, you can have as much as the ball as you like. You can have as much of the ball as you like. Moyes instructs, Carrick tries not to piss them off, and that's different. Needs to be a coach and not a mate. And I agree with you, Lucky. Agree with you completely. I do agree with you. I don't think Carrick has tactics at all. What he's done is he's gone to these players. You're right, lads. I want you to play in your positions, and basically they just feel like they can play, and these players, we know these players respond. We know these players respond, and again, it's so frustrating for me because we speak about this on this channel, and I've personally said it time and time again. These are light switch players. These are light switch players, and I've never shied away from the fact that, in my view, these players play when they want to. You can't trust these players, and Carrick is another guy who's just pandering. These players need their bellies tickled. These players need to be told how amazing they are. They've had fucking 13 days off, and this is the performance that they have decided to put in tonight. I don't care if you have 87 possession, like they've done nothing with it. They've done fuck all with it. Ahmed is the one that pitch playing with. Yeah, agreed. Ahmed is trying to do something. Ahmed should be wide. Ahmed should be wide. So Jerry says, legend says, an English coach who's had domestic success and also had some fantastic results against top position in Europe. How long will we ignore Eddie Howe? I like Eddie Howe, Jerry. I do. I've been asked the question. I like Eddie Howe. I think Eddie Howe has a good balance between getting the players on side and discipline. Pathetic again. This is pathetic. Pathetic again. But Eddie Howe, United have already said that they're not going to pay for a coach. They're not going to pay to get a coach out of a team. Oh, is he going to whack it? One is we can't afford Howe, and two, he wouldn't touch us with a disinfected barge pole right now. But yeah, I do agree with you. Eddie would be a great choice, but I don't think the board would go for him. There is just no way. Zero way. Feeling their attempt for Glasner, Ollie. Well, I don't know. I think Glasner. I think he's talked himself out of a job. I don't think United would go anywhere near him now. I don't. I just think that Glasner has talked himself out of a job, but it is typical. It's typical. I still think that Carrick. If you look at the managers that are free, and we are going to go for free coach. Glasner, I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole. Carrick, De Zerbi's in there as well. We can't have them score just before half time. These players are disgracing. John, I keep saying this, John. I said this even when we were winning games. Carrick is the man we'll stick with. Agreed. John, I've on this channel, and I can only say I because, but when people have been giving me shit for being negative, and I say what I see, and people forget the first half of this season. This team is always capable of this. And again, it is infectious. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter the coach. You're not going to get a tune out of this team. And I guarantee you tonight, the same people who were saying Ollie's at the wheel, give him the contract. These players are cooking again. These players haven't got a fucking clue. They've had 2 weeks off. What have they been doing in 2 weeks? Like, what have they been... Carrick and Holland, who've been massively fucking bigged up. Like, what have they been doing with the tactics for 2 weeks? And I agree with you. It's just the same old shit. We saw it against West Ham. And the most frustrating thing for me is just because we won 4 games on the bounce, people think that we're back. Benga, mate, they've been doing something. I mean, I don't know what they've been doing. These are still the same players that collapsed against Grimsby and Everton. This can come as no surprise. It doesn't surprise me, Dino. And Dino, you've been on this channel, mate, for a long, long time. We've all said this, that you can't trust these players. You can't trust these players. You just can't do it. Cunha's just hoofed it out. It's fucking disgrace again. We've known for ages this team can't compete. I've been banging this drum the whole time. You can't trust these fucking players. Counter attack FC. Shit. Love it when Bruno stops playing and throws his arms up. JB and myself, Scott, have all been. We have been. We've been banging this drum, and this is why Bruno Fernandes. He needs space. You know, he had one good game against Spurs where Spurs were down to 10 men. You give him no time and no space, and this is what you get. This is what you get. The players just average. Original is in the house. The shiny new manager bouncers just flop like giant haystacks into a pool. And, you know, it's funny. What's really, really funny is that a lot of us on here have kept the same opinion. I keep saying I think Bruno Fernandes is good. I think, but he still needs to go. I've been adamant on that. These players are light switch players. We don't have a midfield. We just this team for me epitomises Bruno. And look, I'm not trying to single him out, but this team has no leadership. Bruno Fernandes should be grabbing this game by the scruff of its neck and telling players to get wide. We've had one half shot on target. Everton have been aggressive and breaking up the play, but I said these are low blocks. And look, John, you know, Everton are not playing bad. Everton know what to do. You know, again, this is why we need to respect these teams. Everton know what they are right now, and it's not whether I think they're good or bad or not. Everton know what they are. They know their jobs. They are being aggressive. They are the aggressors. I think they're playing extremely well. They're just soaking up the pressure. They're just having a field day. Get it in the box. Get it in the box. Oh, for fuck. Bruno Fernandes special. Here he goes. Here he goes. Here he goes. Here he goes. Alfie says, good half, lads. We should get Sesko on and go one route. Exactly. The dirty Scouse, says Scott. Up the United, says Ben. Oh, Bruno, stop fucking moaning, for fuck's sake. It's slow, that's the problem. And that's what Everton are doing. That is exactly what they're trying to do, is they're slowing the game down. And well, we've got no response. There is no response. Sesko on at half time. I agree with you. Cunha, just take him off. As we said from the start, no width and no pace. And Everton, I wonder who throws a paddy more, Bruno or Goldfish. yeah, but apparently though, Scott, apparently according to him, I got sent a clip, but apparently Fernandes should be the player of the season. No, he'll fucking change his mind tonight. You know, biggest fucking flip flop on this fucking platform. Apparently Fernandes should be winning the Ballon d'Or. Fernandes should be staying. No, Fernandes should go. He has had his time. A captain should be grabbing this game by the scruff of the neck. We've been given a good opportunity tonight once again. Absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. I don't even really know where to begin. This is what I'm going to say next is aimed at. This is aimed now at people who've come on to the channel giving me shit, giving me stick for saying that, oh, you should be supporting this team more. I told you, I've been telling you this for absolute sorry, mate. For those people who've come on to this channel and been giving me shit for the last 5 games because we won 5 games, how I'm fucking negative and this team is going to cook. I've been saying this and you've been saying this as well. Alfie says, hello, Alfie, legend. When other channels are being flip-flopping like the flip-flops that they are for your views and clicks, I've been adamant on this channel that this team, even though they won those games are not the ones you want to win. It is the West Ham game failed. This game failing. For them to finish in Champions League spaces, they've got to find a way to win. And this is for those people who have been giving me shit. I fucking told you. I've been telling you about this team. Carrick has no tactics whatsoever. And I agree. Look, we know that we can keep a ball. Carrick's tactics are mixed. I don't get what he's trying to do. I don't get what he's trying to do. We are so Declan says horrendous, no imagination, no equivalent. We are just. It is just. What's the difference between this and when Amrin was in charge and Dino, mate? That is it. It is just. It's just. I don't know. Let me change the clock. Right, changes. Oh, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It really is. No, we played well for 4 games. Poor against West Ham. It's football. We still have Shaw. We still have Shaw. And no, not. You know what I love? When you got people who are on here, they're A12232, and they're hiding behind an account name, mate. I mean, you tell me you know fuck all about ball, because you clearly know fuck all. You're clearly one of those fans who is really low IQ. One of those fans who've bought into this crap because we've won 4 games. You've clearly had a lobotomy because you've clearly not seen, or you've forgotten the first half of the season. And this is what makes me laugh about fans the same as A1 or AI2232, is that there's fans like that who are feeding and feel this concept that we should be winning the league. Goldbridge says he's up for a scrap. Look, let me categorically say this now. I would knock him out. I would knock him the fuck out. He would get absolutely fucking destroyed. But look, you know, he would get fucking destroyed. So, you know, fucking Goldbridge, mate. He'd get fucking destroyed, mate. He'd get fucking destroyed. So, look. It's just look. You just said you nonce, right? So I don't know if you were talking to me. So look, I apologise. I apologise, but it's just because you said nonce at the end. So I apologise. AI2232. I apologise. I just thought that that was aimed at me, so I apologise. I do. So look, fucking Goldbridge. I mean, do you know what makes me laugh though? Sorry, mate. Look, of course he did. Look. I apologise. Apologise to you, my friend. Apologise. Look, I apologise. You know, it's just sometimes it's difficult to distinguish the jibes from the so it's all good. It's all good, buddy. It is all good. Fucking Goldbridge. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, look. I really couldn't care. I really couldn't care less. Yeah, I really couldn't care less. SJ says, we need to hit the ground running up the tempo and really cause Everton's back four. Mate, look. Honestly, mate, you didn't have to do that, my friend. Look, AI, mate. Look, I can't thank you enough, but I promise you didn't have to do that, my friend. But look, I absolutely appreciate it. Absolute legend. So thank you, big up, mate. That was my fault. So look, but I appreciate it, buddy. Look, legend. Fire me up on the step. This. I think this team is so frustrating. It gets everybody pissed off. As a Celtic fan, I share all your pain and despair at how shit your team is. We have all the same problems. Crap team, disgraceful board, no end in sight. Keep the faith, please. Don't know what happened there. JB, do you think the Premier League is? What do I think of the Premier League this season? I think that it's competitive. I think you could call it boring. I just think it's very, very competitive. I think it's a poorer Premier League this season. I can't work out whether it is because the quality is good all round, or whether it is a bad year. You often get years like this every 10 years or so. So when Leicester won it, it's a very, very similar season to this. I just think that it's a very, 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 very competitive year. I think it's a very, very competitive year. Some people would call it boring. I mean, if you look at Arsenal could win the league this season on shit points. I think Arsenal will slip up again, and I agree with you. I think teams are too scared to lose. I also think Liverpool have been awful this season. We've been inconsistent. City have been inconsistent. Arsenal have been inconsistent. So Declan says, bright start, but once the tempo dip, we look blunt. Too safe in possession, no runners, and zero ruthlessness in final third. Everton stay compact, and we make it easy for them. This could be down to me and the blind radio comment. If so, it was not aimed at the chat, but Carrick's lack of tactics. Mate, it's all good. It's probably going to be one of the easiest nights. Everton's defence. It is just absolutely just. The most frustrating thing for me, and I don't know about anybody else, right? I don't know about anybody else. Shampers, shampers. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, shampers. I mean, just because I'm going to be careful. Just because, there's certain people in this country that, I just don't like, I think, people should, just shampers. It's just the most frustrating thing for me. The most frustrating thing, and I think this is probably two of the most frustrating things. Is one, this is how we've played the whole season. It doesn't matter if you have Eric Ten Hag. It doesn't matter if you have Ollie. It doesn't matter if you have an Amorim. It doesn't matter if you have a Carrick. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we've accumulated these players. And it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I just can't stand him. Brian's constantly giving the ball away in the last few games. Says gone. We're just this inconsistent team. This team has gone back to Bruno FC. This team moaned, whinged the fact that Amorim was too rigid, and I get that. But the reason why this team didn't like him is because they had discipline. Look, I don't know what happened. I don't know, my friend. Look, you're back. I don't know what happened, my friend. Look, I don't know the chat. Look, guys, let's just give people a second chance. Look, let's give people a chance. We need to do some damage early second half. JB, be honest, can we secure top 4 playing like this? Now, I'm going to say this, right? I said I thought we'd finish between 8th and 10th. I don't think we will. But I think that Liverpool are going to start to come good. I've always felt like Liverpool will start to come good. Second chance, let's bring Ollie back. Everton look like they're going to win. Everton look like the team that are probably going to score the first goal. I do agree. Look, Carrick needs to do something and quick. Carrick's got nothing to lose, right? If he doesn't start to win games, he's not going to get the job. If he's going to lose games, he's not going to get the job. So what's the harm in tinkering? What is the harm in just playing a Sesko? Get him on. You've got nothing to lose. You know, the fact that you're unwilling to change this team tells me everything that you need to know. Absolute dog shit. So Jerry says, as a Liverpool fan, you're a fair supporter. Thanks, mate. Look, what we try to do on this channel and this community is amazing. By the way, is that we are an honest group of people. You know, we don't get too high, we don't get too low. Oh, starts already. You know, like Efran says, lethargic, clueless on the ball, Ahmad and Manu annoying me. What's wrong with these guys? I don't even want to mention Shaw. Lucky says, the only compliment will be United's board on about prawn sandwiches served from the Mersey because Carrick wants good PR. And this has been a whole PR thing as well, by the way. I think we will win this. They just need to bring on Benji to allow some more hold-up play to bring the attacking plays in. No, I do think that I think they need to bring on a Sesko. You guys should bring on Sesko. I mean, look, even a Liverpool fan knows this. You know, Carrick has had 2 weeks. Fucking a joke. Rinse and repeat. Yeah. I think Newcastle needs a new manager. Eddie has made us proud. Won the cup in the Champions League. Time to move on. Aaron, all I'm going to say, Aaron, buddy, is just be careful what you wish for. Just be really, really careful. We did say this where we find out who Carrick is, and is short-sighted, ego massaging, and tactically blunted, not inspiring. And again, you know, those people tonight, when this community has been saying, look, let's just wait, let's see where Carrick is at the end of the season. Let's not give him the contract now. I guarantee those same people tonight are going to be, you know, maybe he's not the guy. Carrick out. This is just poor. This is poor. We are. Luke Shaw has just pumped the ball long with no striker. Who's gonna win the Prem? Arsenal or City? I think Arsenal are going to win it. I do. Scott says City. The only thing I am going to say, look, I know some. The Arsenal fans that I know are really good people. The reason why I want Arsenal to bottle the title is Robbie and co. Because Aaron Cook says Villa. If Villa won the Premier League, it would be amazing. If of all the teams that can win it, if Villa win the Premier League, it would be brilliant. but I just don't think that they will. Oh. Why are we kicking the ball forward? We've got no one to chase it. Bruno giving the ball away again. Fucking Ballon d'Or Bruno. Ballon d'Or Bruno. Villa winning would be as big as when Leicester did it. Agree. Oh my God! You can't even pass. If Villa win the league, me and JB would do a live in a Mankini, 100%. Playing like we down with 10 men, says Henderson. Agreed. We just need. We are Player FC. We are Moment FC. I don't disagree with you. I can see them scoring a goal. Oh. Carrick is a good guy, but he's not the answer. Regardless of results, should have scored there. I agree with you. I do agree with you, my friend. I think Carrick is a good guy. I do. I really do. But I thought Ollie was a good. But we don't need good. We need best in class. Just agreed. Just boring. Embarrassing. Come on, Bruno. Where's the Ballon d'Or Bruno? Go on, Dallo. Go on, Dallo. Did Casemiro just whack it from there? It's embarrassing. 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 Oh, let's give Carrick, let's give him a 13-year deal. Champers, Carrick, champers. Any other game, I'd switch it off. It's just it's unbelievable. I've watched every single game, right? I've watched every single game. I've watched the pre-season games. Yeah, but with the World Cup, the managers available will be peak, so they have stopgap to think. I think they made the right call. We've seen it with Amorim come in halfway through a season. Go on, Cunha. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Injar's a good player. Tell me about it. I know Henderson. I know, mate. I know. The problem with World Cup managers is we can't afford them. Exactly. We're not paying for them. We're not going to pay for them. I mean, Luke Shaw provides no width. Luke Shaw provides zero width. Luke Shaw's just pissing me off. He just provides no width. Why after all these years can we still not beat a low block? Is because we literally refuse to play width. We literally refuse to play wide. Go on, Dallo. Always the wrong choice. Always the wrong choice. Adam says, big up, mate. Why no good tonight? Adam, mate, we just... I can tell you why. I can tell you why, Adam. Look, mate, we've been like this the whole season. We have one game a week, and we've been like this the whole season. The reason why we play in this way is because of the players, mate. You know, when are people going to wake up and realise it's these players, it's these light switch players when they don't fancy it, or when it's a difficult game. These players are not up for it. They just don't have any ideas, and we've played like this the whole season, so this is not a surprise to me. I don't know if think there'll be. It's a top job still. We had no money last summer and brought 2 top players and a potential player. The money is there. I don't think we can attract the best in class. I agree completely. We need Sesko on now. So much for Woodgate's mentorship. Exactly. Sesko to the rescue. I hope so. Yeah, we have got no money. This summer is different to last summer. This summer, we're going to lose at least £110 million. And that's not over 4 years. This season, we're going to lose a lot of money this season. Does Carrick not trust Sesko? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, mate. It's weird. I think the players run this team. I do. I think these players run this game. Now he's bringing on Sesko early. To be fair to him, at least Everton are shite too, says Henderson. Outside of Sesko, we don't have that disruptive, nasty, snarling, come and have it player. We don't. Agreed. We need that like nasty. We need that nasty player who just winds people up. Can you see United getting players this? Yes, I do, Adam. I think we'll get players, but don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by other channels. Don't be fooled that we're gonna spend 200 million. We're gonna spend 300 million. We're gonna buy Anderson and Stiller. No, the money's not there. The money's not there. Do I think that we'll buy players? Yes, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be the summer that people think it is. It's just not going to be. We do need an absolute horrible player. Finally making the call. Yes. Oh, Maguire. Get Rooney laced back up again. Agree with you, mate. Dewsbury Hall. Drew said everything's too safe from the pass into the attacking is safe from the safe coach. Will be 90 million cash and sell to buy with the rest. Agreed, Scott. Agreed. I think it's going to be. It's not going to be the summer that people think it is. It's just not. It's not. My question is, if you could get any sort of any sort of disruptive, horrible player, like who would you get? He doesn't look like he can do the laces himself. We just need a horrible player. We do. We just need an absolute horrible, nasty player. Awful. I would go for Gattuso. I really, really like Gattuso. I mean, Keane, of course. But for me, it'd either be Keane or Gattuso. I want someone who's really horrible. I mean, what is with these shitty passes? Get the ball to Sesko. Get the ball to Sesko. I mean, this is just pathetic. Can't think of his name, but the Mönchengladbach midfielder is a little nasty rat of a player. I can't think of his name either. Yeah, we do. We need a big. Imagine big dunk, Jesus. We do. We just need a. Ruud van Nistelrooy as well was an absolute fucking dirtbag as well. Ruud was good. I like Ruud. Oh my God, will you stop passing through the middle? Get it wide. What are you doing? Casemiro tonight, dog shit, by the way. Oh, Yap Stam. Yeah. Mark Hughes as well. He was nasty. You just want a team, you know, those Scholesy. Van der Man was a beast. I love Van Nistelrooy. Not only was he just an absolute beast in the box, but he was just elbows, arms, just like, ugh. Go on, Maguire. Oh, for God's sake. Van was the best finisher we've ever had. I do agree. Where do you think United will be at the end of the season, Lucas? I think it's tricky, mate. It's tricky. If it was any other season, I would say that we'd finish top 6. I think right now, I think we finish. I think we finish at least 5th, mate. This is terrible. Will it be a draw again tonight? I don't know, mate. I don't know. They could pinch it. They could pinch it. Adam says we've been shit all season. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have been shit all season, and I keep saying this, Adam. I've been saying this since the very start of the season. We've been shit all season. Scott thinks that Berbatov was the best finisher. Not for me, mate. I love Ruud van Nistelrooy, mate, for me. But, like, you know, he was a legendary finisher, but Ruud van Nistelrooy for me, mate. Every day of the week. This is absolute muck. Feels like the last game of the season. Nothing to play for. Casemiro. Did you see the Martinez injury? Yeah, he's got a calf strain. Wanjai says Tevez is good. Nah. Tevez was a little rat, mate. No way, Rude is unreal. Berber was the most skillful player, but Rude was a poacher. I think it depends, you know. I'm of a certain age. Andy Cole, for all of his faults, he was a good finisher. 0-0 would be a shocking result. Last gasp winner. Berber would have scored that against Arsenal, though. We don't speak his name in the chat. He who can't be named. Why is Mazraoui not played? I don't know, mate. He is Carrick. Carrick doesn't have tactics. When are people going to realise this as well? Carrick is just playing the team that won. Fucking embarrassing right now. To be fair, I think a bag of crisps is better than Dallo. I would rather put a cardboard cutout. Go on, Sesko. Oh, for fuck's sake. Who do you think will be the next coach? I genuinely do think it's going to be Michael Carrick. I do. The air was too thick. Oh, I love it. I love it, SDJ. I love it, mate. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Adam, I think it's going to be someone cheap. I think it's going to be Carrick, De Zerbi, Glasner. The air was too thick. Oh, Casemiro. Both teams playing like championship teams. Oh, for God's sake, can you? I'd actually rather say, oh, not for me, mate. Not for me. Not for me. Southgate, mate. Look, but the thing is, right? The thing is, any manager, if the next manager has to work with this same squad, pretty much these same players, Luke Shaw, Adallo, Maguire, because Maguire apparently is going to get a contract, then you might as well just go get Southgate, because you're not going to improve this team. It's shite. I mean, Cunha tonight is just shit. Southgate. You'd rather have Northgate. Oh, Southgate, mate. Not for me, buddy. Oh, Southgate. I'd rather I was the manager before him. This game is as dead as mine, and yeah, My nan is dead as well. What free manager would you take? Bruno Fernandes is at it again. Bruno Fernandes, just fuck off, mate. Who would I take? It'd have to Maresca, yeah. I mean, I think he would be the best of a bad bunch. Bruno, the pen merchant. Well done. About to fall asleep. Once Everton cancel out Sesko, who else is going to step up and score aside from Bruno's penalties? Exactly. The one thing I will say, Larmins is very good. Look, we're playing. I subbed. Look, thank you, buddy. Look, I appreciate the sub, my friend. Thank you, buddy. I would take Pochettino before Southgate, and that's scraping the barrel. Oh yeah, I forgot that Pochettino's free. I mean, we're just awful right now. Oh, here we go. Good tackle by Cunha there. Henderson says, I take Amorim ahead of Southgate. Oh, I love it. I mean, we are back. We are back to December again, aren't we? Back to get Enzo Maresca. I think I'd rather him. But why is Sesko there? Go on in, Bumo. Go on, Sesko! Yes! Sesko! Sesko, get in there! Yes! Yes! Get in there! Fucking get in there. We said bring on Sesko. We said bring on Sesko. Get in there. Oh, fucking get in there. We keep saying he needs to start. Why can't managers listen to the fucking fans? We all said this. We all said this at the very start of the game. Yesterday, when we did the review of the match, we said we need to unleash a Sesko. We keep saying this. We have said this time and time again. You need just play Sesko. Leo Legend says he needs to start. Leo, I agree with you. If you've watched this channel before, a lot of us on here have said keep an eye on Sesko because he's going to be good. Sanjaru says an equaliser, please. He's like Ollie. He is Henderson. He is. Carrick is like Ollie. He is. Get this out. Oh, Sesko, you sexy beast. Larmans. What's that? 3 and 3 for Sesko? Yeah, I believe it is. I like Larmans. Larmans has done really, really well. I really, really like Larmans. Casemiro's been absolute dog shit tonight. Where is Ballon d'Or Bruno tonight? As a striker, does it matter if you're not starting, so long as you're coming on at some point and scoring? I think. Look, Tom. I think that's. I think you make a valid point, Tom. But it's more about for me. It's more about the game, because I think if you have Sesko in this game from the start. Whilst I do agree with you that I think if you're a striker, you come on and score, but I'd rather him play from the start and watch us play in a different way, because I think Sesko, having a striker, sets this game up in a different way. So I think I would much prefer to play with him in this sort of game. You start him, and I think the game feels completely different. Adam says, yes, we do need to play Sesko. Consistency, and that's the example that we need. Talk about starting a fire with Sesko. Don't want to tempt fate, but I think he's going to be a whirlwind next season. Sesko's a great player. He just needed time. I think he's a great player. I really do. No, Larmans again. If he plays Sesko from the start, he burns out of that 65 minutes. And Sesko will get better. Pickford is a prat. Pickford is an absolute wally. So he's bringing on taking off a forward player and putting Mazraoui on. Is it me, or does the rest of the players look like ants compared to Sesko? He is massive. As a defender, does it matter if you're not starting, just as long as you're coming on at some point to win your aerial duels? That's interesting. We used to beat Everton by 2 or 3 goals. This is going to be an ugly win. I know, but the lack of game time, yeah. I like that. As a defender, does it matter if you're not starting, as long as you're coming on at some point and win your aerial duels? That's really made me laugh. I like that. I like that. I'd have sent Pickford I'd have sent Pickford off just because he's so likeable. Sesko started as a keeper, then he tried it as a striker and enjoyed the thrill of scoring. He needs to start, says Leo. Agree. I just can't believe we're playing counter attack against a low block team. I just don't get it. Hot take: Pickford is overrated, and he has a weakness that not one team doesn't seem to exploit. Ray, I don't think that is a hot take, mate. I've never rated Pickford. I think he's overrated, and I can't stand him. Oh, Bruno Fernandes, put a fucking tackle in, for God's sake. Bruno Fernandes, what's he doing? Agree, Scott. So Gabriel, I think he does need to play next season, mate. Agreed. What's his weakness? I think his weakness is it's just his attitude, and I think it's just his mouth. I think it's just the way that he loses his head. He's just a very. Henderson says goalkeeping. Oh, I love it. Bruno checking if you Fernandes for me. He walks around this like putting a tackle. Bruno, just. It's almost as if United are playing a low block. Good save, Larmans. Pickford's weakness is that he doesn't like to be crowded. If that makes sense, exactly. I tell you what, that is a great save. Everton are showing us how to break down a low block. A tackle or shift would be nice. This is why I want him to go. I just want him to go. Fernandes for me is done. He's just done for me. I'm sorry, but he is. He's just done for me. Case for Larmins to be a best signing. Telling you now, Larmins today has been absolutely fantastic. And I think the reason why, if you look at, he's just so solid. He's just so solid. He's just such a good keeper. He's just so good. I think Henderson, I think you're right. Bino looking at Bruno, good. He can fuck off. What a difference a good keeper makes. I've seen a video where people pick Bruno over Schneider. Bayern come in for Bruno. I'm done with Bruno Fernandes. I just can't stand it. People with Bruno pick and choose. They forget the performances where he's been shit all season, and because he's had 2 or 3 good games, they choose to pick those games. And I'm Bruno for the Ballon d'Or. What an absolute joke! What an absolute joke! Bruno Fernandes for the Ballon d'Or. What an absolute fucking joke! Oh, Larmans again. Larmans, brilliant, so good. We are. Other season will be champion. Trust me. Just look. I'm not disrespecting that opinion. Mention 5 games that he's been shitting. Grimsby, Everton, West Ham twice. Grimsby, Everton game. Fulham, Leeds, Nottingham Forest. I think that's at least 8 games. Pete says, "What's going on, JV? Pete, legend, mate. I hope you're doing extremely well, buddy." Actual Wilson says, "Hi, late to the party, mate. I'm doing extremely well, and I really hope you are too." Bruno's going to go to Saudi. Bloody hope so. Bruno wouldn't even win the chance to present the Ballon d'Or. Listen, you're cracking me up tonight. I can name you probably 10 games he's been shit this season. He was shit at West Ham. He was shit at West Ham twice. Pickford has the arms to body ratio of a T-Rex. Tiny arms. He'd be an awful shelf stacker at Sainsbury's, mainly as he plays football on Saturdays, and that's the busiest day for Sainsbury's. You guys are cracking me up tonight. Oh, mate. Then who was good? Against West Ham? Nobody was good against West Ham. But Bruno is the captain. Look, I get it. Look, I am not disrespecting your opinion. If you think that Bruno Fernandes is a great player, that's fine. But Bruno Fernandes is the captain of this team. And Bruno Fernandes, his standards has to be higher. And Bruno Fernandes is awful. Nigel says, "Should I pull up the match rating?" Mate, you can pull up the match rating all you like. I know what I've seen. I have watched every single game this season. I don't care what the statistics and those matches say. I have watched him all season. Bruno Fernandes hasn't been good all season. And yes, he's got 12 assists. I don't care. Bruno Fernandes has been dog shit this season. I will stand. I'll stand by that. And Tom, I get it, mate. I get it. He's got 12 assists. I don't care. Bruno Fernandes has been dog shit this season. I will stand on that this season. I will. And tonight is another shit game by Bruno Fernandes. He is a stat padder, and I'm not going to be persuaded on that. Look, I do agree with you. But Tom, right? Bruno Fernandes is going to leave it at some point. If you take Bruno out of this game, right, this team is going to have to find a way. So I get it, but Bruno Fernandes has scored how many goals this season? Like, I understand what you're saying, Tom, and I don't necessarily disagree with you. But this team is going to have to find a way. They're going to have to find a way. Pete says some games he's absolutely world class, and some games I could run the midfield better. Pete, I think that's probably the best. I think that's probably the best summation. Pete, I don't think Bruno Fernandes has been world class in enough of games. I think Bruno Fernandes is world class in moments of games. I think he's world class. Maybe a pass, maybe for 15 minutes. Bruno Fernandes, for me, is just. But look, I fully accept that Bruno Fernandes is a very, very divisive player. I am not disrespecting your opinions on him. I just have a different opinion. I just expect more from a captain. Go on. But look, I fully appreciate what Bruno Fernandes has done for this team. I'm not suggesting that he's not been one of our best players. I just think it's time that we need to either succession plan him out. Look, he was Pete. Look, he was good against Arsenal and he was good against Spurs. Like I'm not disputing that at all. But he needs to be good against everybody. When I say good, he needs to be good, or at least a 7 every single game. But look, I fully appreciate that people love him, so I'm not going to disrespect anyone's opinion. I love the shirt behind you, mate. That is one of my favourite shirts. P says, who could you replace him with? I wouldn't replace him, but I would, if I was going to look to replace him. I think you need to go get a Stiller. I think you probably need to look at an Angelo Stiller. I think you probably need to look at a Cole Palmer. Eventually we're going to have to replace him, right? I do think the Bruno debate is going to be one of those divisive things. And look, I am not the sort of person that is, I have got my views on him, but those are my views, and I fully accept people like Luke Shaw. People love Luke Shaw. People like Bruno Fernandes. If you don't replace him, we'd only have 10 players. That's a dangerous tactic, but bold. You lot are cracking me up tonight. Cunha, come on, mate. Sesko. Bruno giving the ball away. Larmin's for me today. He's got to be up there for man of the match. Shaw, Brown, Dalot, Bruno need to move on. I do agree. Larmin's today has been brilliant for me. Larmin's has been fantastic tonight. Larmin's has been brilliant tonight. Bruno giving the ball away. That never happens. Oh, Bruno Fernandes. Get this out. I take 300k a week to pass badly. Angelo is a bad call. We need 10 who can dribble, take on players and beat them. Maybe Xavi Simons. I like Xavi Simons, actually. I do. I do like him. I do like him, but I don't think Simons can. I don't think Simons can replace Bruno Fernandes. I like Stiller. I think Stiller could be that guy. Yeah, Tom, you're right. Cunha was just absolutely all over it. Gabriel can play. Cam, CM, left wing, right wing. He's going to be a fantastic player. Hi, mate. What's your thoughts on the game? I think we've been very fortunate. I think Sesko should have played from the start. I think Everton have been the better team. I think that we're very lucky. The fact that our players are celebrating that there's not a corner tells you everything that you need to know. It tells you everything that you need to know. The fact that we are playing a low block, and the fact that we're playing a low block, Everton have had, 11 corners? And Larmins, for me, I'm going to give him the man of the match. I think Larmins has been fantastic. Well, Sesko, we called it. Look, we called it. And what is there more to say? Carrick got lucky. Larmins, for me, is the man of the match. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. Maguire, we need to sell 2 or 3 mid-sell Ugarte and get a Rashford replacement. I don't disagree at all. Larmins, for me, I think when you've got a goalkeeper who I never felt that they were going to score against him. And we said Sesko needed to play from the very start, which he has. These are light switch players, and I think people need to. And look, Henderson, you're right. We've got 3 points tonight, and as we've been saying, look, Liverpool in my view, had a lucky win. This is a very, 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 very strange season. I just don't know this season. I just don't know. But look, we Henderson, agree, mate. Fuck his haircut. Who gives a shit about his haircut? 3 points are 3 points. One of the things I do want to say as a positive on the reverse fixture, we lost. How do you feel about being in the top for now? We've got a hope. We've got a hope that Chelsea, Liverpool stay inconsistent. Have a good stream. Have a good one. Good stream. Thank you, my friend. 3 points is 3 points. Liverpool not covering themselves in glory. Neither are Chelsea. Aston Villa are seemingly trying to throw away third. I just think it's a very, very competitive season. And look, I can only go by what I've seen tonight. And this doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. So look, I'm gonna pop off. I will be back. So I'm gonna pop off, go to the toilet, come back, and I will do a match reaction. So I'll probably be back on about 20 past-ish. So I will be back in about 20 minutes. I'll do a match reaction. Hopefully you guys can come back for that as well. So I will be doing a match reaction about 20 past. And look, guys, look, Sky, it was an absolute shit show tonight, but we got 3 points. I think if I was an Evertonian tonight, I think I would be disappointed. I think I would probably be annoyed I at least didn't get a draw. But a win is a win is a win, and that's all we can do is win games. So Carrick, let's not pretend tactics tonight, because there wasn't. So look, we will discuss it. I will be back about 20 past 10 with the match reaction, and we can go through the game then. So look, guys, amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the game. Again, an absolute snore fest, but we've won, so we've got to be pleased about that. So look, I will be back, as I say, about 20 past. Hopefully you can come back, and I'll see you in about 20 minutes. So look, thank you for watching. Absolute legends. And of course, I'm JB. This is the United Devil channel, and hopefully I'll see you in about